Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is going to be a multi-follow-up video about, well, the subject I'm going to be going to talk about, believe it or not, can't believe I'm talking about this more, is Yakuza. So I already talked about the Yakuza history related to English dub versus Japanese company. Why is it Sega not dubbing this particular game? So, this is something now, I guess, just a one-up. Sadly to say, so far my thoughts on the series, like, really? I thought, hey, NautoAce, you're not really a fan of Yakuza. So the question really is, am I a fan of Yakuza as of right now? After playing a lot of these games, sadly still, I sort of understand why people like it, but for me personally, yeah, I just really cannot get into it. It's playable. It's fun powering up Kazuma, Kiryu, but it's still. So you've been wondering, why am I playing this if I'm not so much a fan of the series? Well, like I said, I play a game that if I can play it and finish it, yeah. Even I'm struggling, even I'm not a fan of, i.e. Resident Evil, I'm also playing it because my friend also wants to know the lore of Yakuza. He's interested, my friend's interested on the Yakuza, but the problem is so much of his reflex, let's just say, is a little bit, let's just say, down of a level than mine. Oh, he played the first Yakuza, or Kiwami, and he did get far. He did help me power the Kiryu, especially building up the Dragon of Dojima. So, but then he did like to understand the lore. Like he was interested of what's the lore of this Yakuza. I really gotta know because people talk about it, people review it. So he needs to understand. So I said, fine, I'll go play it and see how far I can go. So of course another question is, then how come you and your friend knows about the lore of Yakuza? Alright, so I guess I have to give the back of the story. First of all, in 2017 I did a video on my main channel, like sort of a Black Friday special, which is clearance game on Target. And one of them I showed was Yakuza Kiwami for $15. So if you don't know what Yakuza Kiwami is, it's a remake of the very first game, but the architect, gameplay, and mechanics are based on Yakuza 0. So of course I started with that game. Well, actually, to go further back, I bought Yakuza 3, yes, surprisingly, a long time ago at Toys R Us. I know, it's kind of sad now. I bought that game also for $15, but this is like a long time ago. But prior to that, my friend had a Bestbuy coupon that he wanted to use. He didn't want to use it. And at that time, the game that was released before his coupon was going to expire, my friend's coupon, was Yakuza Dead Soul. Believe me that I know about the Yakuza in general, but the lore stuff at the time didn't really know. I didn't have the knowledge yet. I didn't know what the whole story is. Yeah, so the first Yakuza that I actually have was Dead Soul, but that's a spin-off. It really has nothing to do with the Yakuza lore. It's basically what happened if Kamurocho basically is infested with zombies. That's what's Dead Soul. So there was a character, of course I knew only to Kiryu and Majima, of course. But then there was this guy named Shun Akiyama, and then there's a guy named Dojo, I don't remember. Apparently one of the characters in Dead Soul is from Yakuza 2. So of course there's Kiwami that's coming this August, and of course there's the original one. Alright, so again, let's go a bit forward when I say I played Yakuza 3. So I played Yakuza 3 maybe 5 minutes, not that much, beat up the guy, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this in the back burner, couldn't really get into it. Sadly, so maybe in the long run I'll get into it, maybe I'll understand the story more. So then, fast forward a bit, believe it or not, I had PlayStation Plus, and guess what, I managed to get it, lucky me, and that is Yakuza 4 and Yakuza 5 thanks to PlayStation Plus. So again, okay, got the game, it's on my account, it's on my inventory. Am I going to play this game? Probably not. So then, moving all the way forward, then I decided to get Yakuza Kiwami. Like I said, it's $15. It was a gift from my friend. So I said, sure, he'll like this. Hopefully he'll play it. Of course, spoiler, he barely did. Always asked me to play it. So I started playing it, 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, alright, what? And I took it put it in the back burner. So that's how my level of interest of Yakuza game. I know it's supposed to be like the better Shenmue, but again, whatever. So put it for a while. And then after a while, my friend said, hey, why don't you play Yakuza? I'm like, well, it's not fun. Alright, so he kind of helped me by he trying to play the game a bit, and we had to use game facts just to understand how the game works. Because again, remember, Kiwami was based on Yakuza 0, so the 3-style changing of Kiryu, I didn't really like it. And of course, what am I saying? Yeah, and of course, you know, throughout the game, there's like a Metroid Prime syndrome. He gets sucky, and when I'm like, oh man, these guys suck. I mean, he doesn't get better until the end, or if you build up his Dragon of Dojima, because the minute you fill that up, and the way you fill it up is you get orb, you fight Majima. Yes, that's a spoiler. The minute you fight Majima and you build the Dragon Dojima fighting style, that's all you're gonna stick with it. So I'm like, whatever. Game really a little bit hard for me. Didn't like the 3 style. You know, I just like, dude, just give me 1 style. So whatever. Played it through. Managed to power through myself with my help with my friends. So gotta give thanks to my friend, because I had no interest of the story, especially the gameplay of Yakuza Kiwami. But it was playable, so I said, fine, let's see where the story goes, because even so, I'm not really like into the lore of Yakuza. Let's see what's the story. Fine. Finish the game, beat the bad guy. Okay. So, of course, there's no Yakuza 2, and then Kiwami 2 wasn't even out yet. Am I going to get that? That's not really up to me. It's my friend. If my friend wants it and he asks me to play it, fine, I'll do it. But, you know, that'll be a while. That's going to be in August. So, finally, well, Yakuza 3, I had it. I have it. Might as well play it. Let's continue the story. So the question is, how do you know the story of Yakuza 2 if you're skipping 2 and going to 3? Well, thanks to the memory mode or memory videos on Yakuza 3, it has a history of Yakuza 2. I decided to watch it with my friend, so I knew about the guy, like it said in Dead Soul, the ultimate bad guy, Daigo, the 6th chairman, because the 5th one, Terudo, basically was more than meets the eye. If you're a Yakuza fan, then you know what I'm talking about. For some people, if you think about it, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. So, played 3rd one. At least it's much simpler. He has only 1 style. Him running an orphanage, I'm like, okay, well, kind of makes sense, whatever. Finished it. Then I went to 4. Then, of course, from what I heard, 4 introductory of multiple characters. And one of them is Shun Akiyama. He was in Dead Soul. Apparently, 4 and 5 is the concept of playing multiple characters. Okay, so does it really work in Yakuza? Maybe, but to some extent, in my opinion, probably not. I mean, heck, even in Grand Theft Auto 5, believe it or not, I in my opinion, didn't really work. But, it's passable. It's passable. But it's kind of just weird, you know, multiple characters you're playing in Grand Theft Auto 5. That's the first time. Maybe they got that from Yakuza. I don't know which one is which. I can't remember which one came out. I think Grand Theft Auto was 2013, Yakuza 4 in Japan. Oh, who cares? I don't know. So, Yakuza 4, introduction of 3 new characters. So, a lot of the characters that even the Backlog Battle talked about, Shun Akiyama, Taiga Seijima, and in the 4th one, Tanemuro, I actually know who they are in the lore. I'm like, oh, great. I'm gonna try and understand this Yakuza, the Tojo clan, the rival clan. I'm like, alright, it's such, a lot of drama, but that is what it's based the game on. So, finished that one, then moved to 5. Again, thanks to PlayStation Plus. Introduction, of course, a lot of the characters returning except for one. Then now you play as an ex-baseball player because he got framed for cheating. Guys has a weird fighting style, but he's good with weapons. Okay, play the game. I'm trying to understand the story. And again, each one has their own story, but it always connects to one thing: the Tojo clan. That's what it is. Played it, finished it. And yes, if you're a Yakuza fan or you're into thinking about Yakuza, you never had a chance to play the other ones, then I feel for you. I got lucky, able to play it. So, like I said, I have Kiwami 1, played that first, and then I bought 3 because it was cheap at Toy Stores a long time ago, but I put it in the back burner until I finished Kiwami, or the first game. Then, thanks to PlayStation Plus, decided to play 4 and 5 because my friend wanted to see the story. Passable. Again, is it hard? No. Is it boring the game boring? No, definitely not. So I'll give my thoughts about those. So, of course, if you're new but you want an interest, Kiwami is probably your best bet. But the problem also is the Kiwami 2 is going to come this August. But then what about 4 and 5 and 6? Well, of course, the creator said if you make loud noises, tell them. They asked for a remaster version of 4, 5, and 3 on the PS4. Yeah, well, if it's a 4, I mean, you can still get 4 and 5 download. 3, not so much. But if you don't have a PS3, PlayStation now, but even that, kind of expensive. So you probably do just a remaster, but again, different story. So the problem is if you start with 6, the events of the end of 5 kind of interject. So a bit of spoiler for it. So I mean, like I said, I didn't even touch 6 until I finished 5. So as of right now, believe it or not, if you follow my Twitter, I did take a picture. Yes, I am playing Yakuza 6. Why did I get it? I'm not a fan of it. I'm not interested. My interest is not that high. Same reason. My friend wanted to know the story. The end of Kiryu Kazuma's storyline. Had some coupon that's going to expire. Why not just get it? I could have got God of War also, but the whole reason also why I kind of interested with 6 is I'm able to go to the Sega Club Sega, play Sega games. So yes, I bought a game. Granted, I got coupons, so I can play Sega games in a Yakuza game. How sad that is. How sad am I that that's my reason? Well, probably no, but of course, I did know about the lore. Why not finish the lore? So I'm not going to talk about what the story is, but I guess it's worth watching. So of course, what do I think about the Yakuza series? Are they bad? No. Is it for everyone? Probably not. You have to really, really invest on the Yakuza series. That's the thing. You have to understand the lore. Like I said, I just got lucky that I had 1, and then I bought 3 a long time ago, and then plus 4 and 5, and then I just decided to get 6. Am I going to get 0? My friend wants to see it too, so eventually 0 as well. And if Kiwami 2 has a sale, again, maybe. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, it's kind of sad. A guy who's not into the Yakuza game basically is playing a Yakuza game. So, but overall, like I said, the game is not bad. Is it for everyone? Sadly to say, no. But it's not a hard game. If you understand how the game goes, you'll understand. If you like Shenmue, then you're probably gonna like this game too. But I mean, there's a lot of content, a lot of mini game, and I can tell you this game, you can get distracted. Victim, I got distracted every time I played the game because sometimes you can't just power through the story. You gotta power the characters up, especially in part 5 when you play as Haruka. Yes, in part 5 you get to play as Haruka, and for unknown reason, I felt like she needs to be a diva. So I powered her skill up first. I mean, believe me, that I completed it. I'm like, okay. What? Why? I don't know. It's Haruka. And of course, if you know the game, you know the story. Spoiler there, but different story. But yeah. So again, not for everyone, but it is playable. It's not that hard if you understand it. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. Well, the more interesting I am is the Shenmue HD Remastered 1 and 2. Of course, it was announced that they talk about that in the Sega event 1. So that one I pre-ordered. Like, well, that's like Yakuza. Well, I want to see where it all started. Because remember, Yakuza was sort of based on Shenmue. So, and then another reason also is that Shenmue has a dub. Yakuza, well, except for the one for the PS2, didn't really have a dub. But you had a dub, of course, the Sailor Moon. But to see how it all started, I want to see the mechanic. So, I'll probably give my thoughts about it in the long run. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Yakuza series, and I guess a bit brief thought of the Shenmue to see in the long run. So can't wait for that one. With that, I'll see you guys later.